Trends come and go, and a lot of them just end up being a huge waste of money. That's why I've never been much of a trend follower. That being said, I have one very simple rule when it comes to fashion trends. That is only wearing the ones that you like. Here are the fashion trends that I am very excited to wear in 2024. The first one is quiet luxury. This one really started to pop off towards the end of 2023, and I think it's going to continue all of 2024. In fact, if you really think about it, it's been here for longer because it's essentially the same thing as the old money style. If anything, the people that are going heavy into quiet luxury are just people who wanted to switch the name of something to keep things fresh. That being said, the whole premise of quiet luxury is timeless pieces that are not loud, little to no logos, and of course the most obvious one, things that look more luxurious. That has always been a key part of my style, so I'm not gonna be one of those guys, but I've been following this trend even before it was a trend. That's a joke of irony for those who are going straight to the comments right now. But on a serious note, this is something that I've always preferred. Although it's something that was already in my personal style, I'm using this trend to experiment with new brands and new pieces that I would have once never have thought to worn. That being said, one brand that I'm really looking into is Massimo Dutti. This one screams quiet luxury without that heavy price tag, because most of the real quiet luxury brands are typically insanely expensive. Think of Ralph Lauren Purple Label, and trust me, if you've never heard of this is pretty much Polo Ralph Lauren's more expensive line, and expensive is an understatement when it comes to these pieces. I'm not gonna lie, I at least want to get one piece from this place, so let me know if I'm tripping. You'll see what I mean once you see the prices. But Polo Ralph Lauren itself isn't a bad option at all. That's already one of my favorite brands. Something like a cable knit sweater is one of my essentials, and something that you could look into heavy when you're following this trend. Sweater polos are perfectly on trend for this. Another expensive brand that I really like is Ami Paris. Point is, I really like this one because it's so broad, there's really no right or wrong when it comes to this. As long as you're following the key guideline of timeless and versatile pieces that are high quality and look luxurious, then you're going to be following this trend perfectly. Another trend that I'm really excited to wear, one that I've already been wearing for a little bit, is chunky sneakers and boots. I have been seeing this everywhere. I don't think it's gonna die off anytime soon. Now, when it comes to this trend, or any trend to be honest, you're gonna see those people who really try to take this to another level. I am definitely not one of those people. So sometimes you're gonna see obnoxiously loud boots that are extremely chunky. Honestly, they don't look fun to wear. It's the same thing with the baggy pants. When these became a trend, those people who really wanted to stand out while following this trend or extremely baggy pants, the same ones that just do not look good. You're gonna see this a lot with chunky boots. When it comes to chunky sneakers and boots, just keep it minimal. Who cares if everybody else is wearing it? Who cares if it's oversaturated? Wear what you like, and even if you don't like this trend, if it doesn't catch your attention, then look for something else. I always say that it's great to experiment with trends, and if you like it, continue to wear it. If not, then I hope you didn't take off the price tag, because then it's a real waste of money. I really like these chunky Chelsea boots from Common Projects, and for chunky sneakers, you can't go wrong with something like Air Max 97s, or even just Air Force 1s. Look, I have zero predictions for what's going to be the next Adidas Sambas or anything like that, but I'll keep an eye out, and if I see something, I'll definitely let you know. But for right now, the pieces that I just mentioned are going to be the ones that I'm going to be wearing all throughout 2024. The next trend is luxury sportswear. Now, this really blew up with Cole Buxton and Represent. These brands really grandfathered the whole luxury sportswear aesthetic, as far as I know, and this one isn't too complicated. It literally just comes down to a design. In fact, there's a specific font when it comes to running clubs or any type of club sportswear that has really started to blow up. Like I said, when I think of this font, this design, I really think of these two brands. Now, for this kind of font, one brand that's really on the come up is Illicit Block. They were actually kind enough to send me a hoodie way back then. Let me tell you, I've been loving this one. And the whole idea of a luxury running club or any type of sportswear is something that you're going to be seeing a lot throughout this year. Now, I like this trend because it's nothing too crazy. It's very minimal. Like I said, it really just comes down to a font or just down to something saying running club or any type of club. And when it comes to this trend, one brand that's very underrated specifically for this trend is Ralph Lauren. For the longest, I've always seen Ralph Lauren having clubs, crochet clubs, polo clubs, all these kinds of things. So for the sportswear look, if you want something underrated yet something very credible like Ralph Lauren, then check out their sportswear lines. I guarantee you, you're going to find some gems that not a lot of people are going to be wearing a ton of yet. This next trend is something very similar to quiet luxury, but let's go into a little bit more detail, and that is going to be knit sweaters. So yes, this is technically a part of quiet luxury, but I gotta say, knit sweaters alone is something that I've been seeing a ton of, and I don't think this is gonna die out anytime soon. From cable knit designs to just normal knit pieces, I've been seeing it all over TikTok, Instagram, and I have been loving it. In fact, one piece that I've been really looking into is part of Fear God Essentials' newest drop. They dropped these knit polos, and from the reviews, from everything that I've seen about these, they look great, and I think it's a great item to be wearing to layer with in the winter or just to wear it by itself in the spring. So if you get it right now, you're gonna get some really good use out of it. So that's something that I'm looking into a ton. Again, let me know what you think, if this is something that you're going to be wearing. And what I like about this is that there are plenty of different brands selling knitwear. So you're going to see some oversized ones, you're going to see some fitted ones. The Fear of God Essentials one is a little bit more oversized. So if you're into the oversized look, this is a good option. But I have seen some nice, more fitted, more slim ones from places like Uniqlo or even places like Abercrombie. Abercrombie was known specifically for the sweater knit polo. This one also looks great and it's something that I really want to pick up for spring. Now this specific one is one that you've probably seen a lot throughout last year. So you're probably not going to see it as much, but sweater knit designs, I guarantee you, you're going to see a lot this year. The next trend is cropped items. Nowadays, brands are selling their pieces that are already cropped. However, last year, I was seeing everybody crop their own items, which honestly, I wasn't a big fan of because I didn't like the loose hem at the bottom. But now that brands are starting to catch on to what people wanted, there's a lot of brands out there that are now selling their pieces at the perfect crop. So you're still seeing oversized pieces, but now they're ending a lot shorter at the waist. And look, I am very excited to start wearing this trend. For one, this looks good on everybody. For anybody who's under 6 foot, including me, this is the perfect trend because it's going to make you look taller. Nowadays, it's pretty much common knowledge. If your tops go underneath your waistband, it's going to make you look shorter. So those cropped items, they're going to help you get the illusion of looking taller. And just in general, everybody looks good in this. Now, be careful for items that are too cropped. I have been seeing some guys wear crop tops. For me, just not my style. I'm going to be sticking to the things that stop perfectly at my waistband. One brand in particular that's killing it is Elwood. I just picked up one of their hoodies and it definitely does have that perfect crop. So be on the lookout for this one. It's a great one to experiment, especially if you're under 6 foot. Like I said, I'm gonna be wearing this one a lot. The next trend I've been seeing a ton of that I need to pick up very soon is puffer vests. Well, to be fair, I already do have one puffer vest, but going around into other stores, I've been seeing a lot of brands push their puffer vests. And like I said, once brands start to pick up on something and they start pushing their own versions, that's my favorite time to start going shopping because every brand has their own variation of it. Some are thinner, some are thicker. Each one is slightly different, but those little differences can make you look that much better. So I already have the one, but I'm going to be looking into other brands to start finding some new puffer vests, some with designs. Overall, I'm very excited to start experimenting with this one. The next one that I've been seeing a ton of is more fleece. Now, fleece has been around forever, but now I feel like it's bigger than it has ever been. More specifically, I've just been seeing more brands start pushing items with fleece. So the one that I came across was a fleece puffer jacket. I think this one looks great. And ever since I saw it, I've been wanting to pick it up and experiment with it. And I say experiment generously. I know I'm gonna love this, so I'm very excited to pick it up very soon. I've seen some from the North Face. It's a little bit more expensive. I've been seeing some fleece Nike jackets. They look great. Even Uniqlo started to sell a bunch of fleece items, most of which are sold out, so I wasn't lucky enough to get some. But once they restock, definitely gonna get my hands on some more fleece items. Now, some that are coming later down the road is mostly the pieces that you can't wear right now when it's cold. One trend that I think is coming back from last year are pieces like sweater polos. I think linen pieces are gonna be huge, just like they were last year. One trend that I think is not gonna be as popular are jean shorts, which if you followed me from last year, you would know I was never a big fan of these. I think with the whole quiet luxury thing, I think chino shorts or just shorter shorts in general are going to be popular again. And for the spring, I think tank tops are going to be just as big as they were last year. Look, there's so much to experiment with. And I'm going to try all these out and see whichever ones I'm going to be sticking to the most of, especially in 2024. Now, if you want to see the sneakers that I'm going to be wearing with all these trends, this video is going to show you my entire sneaker rotation to make sure I'm looking good all throughout the year.